All right, day 123 on the Appalachian Trail. This is a really neat rock formation here. I just spent the night at the priest shelter. Met some interesting people. A couple of novos. They're hiking at night. As they say, it's too hot during the day, so they go in and take a siesta in the middle of the day, and then they leave. I'm not quite to that point yet, but that's what they're doing. And I slept good, got in, made my dinner, washed my clothes the best I could because I stink, washed myself the best I could, and got up this morning, had breakfast. I confessed my sins at the priest shelter. Nothing really bad. And then on the trail, I used to get up at 4:15 with the light. The sun doesn't come up now down here till 6 o'clock. So that's changed my routine. I'm getting a little later start than usual. I'm usually walking by 6. Here it's more like 7:15. But it's okay. Let me see. Climbing the priest yesterday was a monster. When I say monster, it wasn't bad terrain. It was just 3,000 feet of climb. And then I had to climb before that, so I had like 4,200 feet of climbs yesterday. Hung my bear bag last night. I've decided down here I'm going to either hang it if they don't have a bear pole. So I hung it. I'm going to try to do, there's a shelter about 6 miles ahead, then 110 after. So planning on about a 16.8 I think mile day today. And then get myself another day rest. Then I'm going to try to stretch 2 more days and then go into Glasgow, I think that's the name of it, and do my resupply. The town has a place that has they put I'm trying to say this, like a gazebo out for the hikers to camp there for free. It has electricity, privy. It's right by a laundromat. What I'd like to do is hike the 10 miles in, do that, make it a Nero, do my resupplying, get out the next morning. That'd be the best way to do it. All right, anyway, here we go. This is such a nice trail this morning, coming down off the priest. Just nice descent. Trail's friendly. There's dirt. Kind of soft on the feet compared to some other things. Yeah. Saw a couple snakes yesterday. Both are little. One was that ringneck snake, non-poisonous, and the other one, I don't know what it was. It was little. And there's some birds. It's interesting to me, the time differences. I mentioned this earlier. You know, when I was in Maine, at 4:15, sun's coming up. It's daylight. You know, sun's coming up, and you can birds start singing. It wakes me up. I usually lay in bed to about 4:45 up there, and then start getting ready. Try to be on the trail by 6. Here I'm losing an hour, and it gets darker early too. And the days are going to get shorter from here on, so that's okay. I mentioned I've seen several northbound hikers now who are doing that siesta. It is brutal around 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but I don't know about night hiking unless I just absolutely have to. We'll put that one on the back burner. I was told today that water is going to be becoming an issue later. I know I've got water in 6 miles, but they said it becomes more normal to have 10 miles between water sources. And during the heat, I am sucking down some water. So, as much as I hate to, I may have to carry more water with me. Carry the 2 liters and maybe a couple of Sawyer bags, or maybe just 1 Sawyer bag. We'll test that out as we keep going, because there's nothing worse than running out of water when you're hot. Oh, it's so nice and cool this morning. I like it. Slept in my new sleeping bag again last night. I went from a 20-degree bag, Mountain Hardwear 20-degree bag, which I loved when it was cold, to a 35-degree bag. Weighs 1 pound 3 ounces. And it's a down bag. And I just kind of slept underneath it last night. I opened it up. I slept good. I think climbing the Priest helps anybody sleep good. All right. 123 days on the trail. Well, not on the trail. Since I began, it took me 10 days to flip-flop, and then I took some time earlier when I went to Boston. I spent 4 days off the trail then. Those are my big times off. Of course, I've taken some zeros. I'm gonna try to push a little bit more in the south. Maybe not as many zeros, more Neros. I want to average 14 miles a day. And if I can do that, that puts me home in mid to late August, which I think would be fun. Get back down there and relax. So we'll see what happens. Here in the south. Okay, enough of this trail for y'all. Here we go. Here's a nice view of a southern Appalachian forest. This is gorgeous. Reminds me of Georgia. Nice. All right, day 123. And I climbed something called Spy Rock. Beautiful view this morning. On the top of this thing. That must be the Shenandoah Valley up there. There's some mountain I just came off of. And young hiker down here. And there you go, Spy Rock. All right. Stopped at a shelter a while ago. Well, about an hour and a half ago. Got some more water. and ate a little. There was a lady there who had a boot issue. Her name was Sista. She was a former Navy chief. Really interesting lady, real smart. Enjoyed talking to her for a few minutes, but her boots have blown out on her, and she's got someone meeting her tomorrow if she can hike back to this place and taking her to get some new boots. This section of the trail I'm on right here is wonderful. You can tell if you look that someone's come in recently and cut all the growth back on either side of it. So they had a weed eater. I doubt it was a weed eater, but they cut back all the plants that grow up on the trail on the side. And myself, being highly allergic to this stuff, there's poison ivy everywhere. I appreciate you, whoever you are, for doing that. I know that was a lot of work, especially if it was like a sling blade. I can imagine that's what it was. But we'll see. Anyway, digging the trail today. All right, here we go. All right, I just found this little bitty stream off the side of the trail, and it was coming right out of the ground, and that water was so cold. I went down there and I used my little cup to bring it up. It was just a little flow of water, but it was cold and it was good. I refilled everything, washed my stinky bandana. It's hanging out on the back of my pack to dry. Cold, clear water. Wonderful. Took my bandana after I washed it, kind of rinsed it in my face, and put it on the back. It felt so good. Back of my neck. And then washed it again. All right, this is the what is this? The Covington Spring Trail. It's the Appalachian Trail, Concert Access Trail. Here we go. Appalachian Trail. Salt Log Gap, 1.8. Sounds like a place I need to be. Salt Log Gap. All right, here we go. Here's a view from this little overlook. Very nice. All right. Climbing this hill. Got this neat rockwork here beside it, beside the trail. I just went through a section that was really cool. It was a bunch of fields, had blackberries and apples. Apples weren't ripe, but I was able to get a couple handfuls of blackberries, and that was a treat. Yeah, baby. Now if I could just find a French fry tree. So we've got these grassy areas on the trail. It's pretty cool in the middle of the forest. I'd almost like a little shade. I can't be picky, right? But this is cool. Blaze. All right, day 123. I'm going up this mountain, and I just ran into these two hikers. Let me get you both in here. There you go.
I'm Rest Step.
Rest Step, and your name?
Simba.
Simba and Rest Step. Cool. And they are going to Harper's Ferry.
Yep.
And y'all started in Georgia?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, when did y'all start?
May 14th.
May 14th. Super cool. These guys are great. All right, guys, good luck. All right, here's this field. Got a beautiful view. Something on top of that mountain. Looks like a building. One on that one, too. Here's the trail. Isn't this cool? It's grass. You can see the path going all the way up to that peak. Then I assume it starts down, goes to the shelter on the bottom of this one. My goal today was to go to this next shelter, which is 16 something, and then at the last shelter I talked to this lady who told me that this shelter is 0.6 off the trail. I hate 0.6 off the trail. And that the next shelter was wonderful. It's right on the river. But if I go to that shelter, it gives me a 22-mile day. And I just talked to that nice couple, and who let me know that there's no water between on the trail to that next shelter. That worries me a little bit. I only got 1 liter, and it's a little warm. So I'll have to mull over this. I guess it depends on what time I get to this next shelter. We'll see. I'm inkling toward the 16 like I originally planned right now. I just want to make sure I've got water. But this is a beautiful trail. Got grass. Holy moly, I haven't seen grass on the trail. I'm kind of used to that northeast section, where it's rain, roots, and rocks. Ruts, all my R's. This is green grass and glorious. Alliteration, I knew I could do that. Soft on your feet. I'm digging it. All right, well, I got my tent set up. It's a little buggy, so I had to put the tent up. There's a real nice camp area right here. So I figure I'm gonna take advantage of this tonight. Let the bugs sleep outside and I'll sleep on the inside. All right.